Thank you and welcome to the Corner Store Podcast, episode 125. I am your host, the man that's got the most, me, OMD Dex 300, aka Doc Savage, the man of bronze. Welcome to the Corner Store Podcast. Thank you for being here. As I sit down in the hot seat, today's episode is definitely one close to my heart for the simple fact that I'm an aspiring actor trying to be in the entertainment industry. And from what I can tell, the entertainment industry has a lot of secrets. Dastardly, dark, corrupt, immoral secrets. Now, you would ask yourself, why would someone want to be in a business or an industry that's like that? Well, to be honest with you, it's not the fact that I want to be in an industry where people are being secretive about their sexuality, their immorality, or any of those things. Often very fond, I've often been very fond of acting and entertainment. Music, I've always loved music, obviously, but I kind of got the acting bug when I was young and never was able to really nurture that. Didn't have a whole lot of direction. I knew I wanted to do something artistic because I used to draw. I'd make comic books and make up stories. I was really good in high school for creative writing and things like that, along with playing sports, which I thought I was supposed to be doing as well. I was a high school basketball player. Didn't really get the chance to play in college. I messed around with it a little bit before I ended up landing in the United States Army. So, to be honest with you, I really never really got my calling or fell in love with anything. I became a father and just became a part of the workforce, like pretty much 85, 90% of the population, maybe more, maybe 98% of the population does it like that every day. Some people find their niche when it comes to a job and they fall in love with that job, maybe don't have any regrets about something they may have a secondary or, secondary occupation, something in the arts, something athletic or something like that. And they never got a chance to do that. And they just were a public servant or they lived in the private sector and worked at a private job or started a business and became successful in that endeavor. I had a lot of ups and downs in my personal life. And I believe sometimes when that happens, it's like you don't have any direction. You're not really following your passion or you're not following your dream. You're not doing exactly what you really, really want to do. It's important for you to do that. So this episode is pretty much dedicated to the secret undertones of the industry, whether it be the music industry or the film industry. And it seems like to me there's a lot of immorality going on in all ventures of entertainment, whatever it may be. Rumors, and I will say rumors. Let me say all of this is alleged. I don't want nobody to be getting all mad at me. Whoever it is, probably nobody insignificant or significant who sees this podcast will probably give two fucks because I'm only have so many subscribers. So that means I only have so many ears to, so-called poison their minds against certain people, which I'm not trying to do. All I'm trying to do is explore successful entertainment genres. And let's talk about the precursor to any of that. Not really the precursor, but the source of all of that we see when it comes to success, and that's money. Money is a big thing in the entertainment industry, whatever that may be. It's controlled by that. People desire that more than they desire to do the art form that they're pursuing. Of course, you want to be a great actor. You want to be a great singer, you are hip hop artist or whatever. And once you are that, the money comes along, and usually That's the way it works. Most people don't go into it for the art or for the passion they have for their profession they're choosing in the industry. Most people go in it seeing dollar signs. Usually, the people who become more successful in their endeavors in entertainment thought about what they wanted to do first versus what they could make later. And that's the reason why they ended up becoming a success. Well, with that said, how do you think some people do end up becoming a success in the industry? Their casting couches, their back room, what do they call them, auditions. you know, People get called to hotel rooms at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not normal, to do a scene or sing a song. I heard you can sing and all this other stuff by people who are powerful in the industry, just for them to see how desperate are you to make your dreams come true when it comes to whatever profession you're pursuing in the music industry. There's rumors about Madonna and what she ended up doing, becoming the Like a Virgin girl back in the 80s. There's rumors about people like rapper Eve joining Rough Riders back in the day when she first debuted as a female artist. Hell, there's videos of her and Stevie J, a well-known producer that is linked with Diddy and other uh, people that are in the industry that are high ups. There's a video of her having sex with him. That's out there. That's not alleged. Maybe it was because she was dating him at the time, or maybe it was part of some, deal to push her fame. Who knows? And that's the only reason why I'm talking about this now, because I don't believe any of this should be happening. Obviously, it's going to continue to go on, whether certain people like Weinstein, who's in prison or maybe released now, I'm not even sure about that, or Epstein, who unfortunately was killed in prison. This is a billionaire who wasn't in the industry but wanted to be around people who were in the know when it comes to the entertainment world and the business world. Comes to pass that this man had an island where they were ferrying young girls as young as 15 years old, from what is alleged, to massage them and let me tell you something. With power and money, but your inhibitions disappear. You pretty much can get what you want. But once you get what you want, whether it be sexually or mentally, when you like crushing people out there and telling them, oh, you're not that good, or you're destroying people's lives, or a lot of these companies will, when in the entertainment business, depending on music or film, will hire someone and pretty much put them under their wing, get them a place to live, and you're pretty much catered to by that company or that entity that represents you and are putting you in films or putting you in movies, and you're a slave to that person. You're a slave to that company. Rumors have it that Clive Davis, the head of Arista Records, is one of the most immoral people in the business. Rumored to have been having sex with men, and this is all alleged, from Sean Diddy Combs. There's a video of 6ix9ine, the rapper, with Genuine standing on the balcony, exchanging loving glances to each other. So is this something that's running rapid in the industry? Is this something that's just the typical norm in the film, TV, and music industries? Is this a norm? Corey Ames, a young artist, a young actor who is a friends with Corey Feldman. And if you don't know who those two young boys are, they were in the movie about vampires back in the day. And, from what they're saying, they were molested all through their teens during their tenure in Hollywood. Corey Feldman, I'm sorry, to this day, unfortunately, Corey Ames passed away. He was drug addicted and he passed away. And rumor has it that a lot of the things that happened to them when they were child actors and coming up into their adulthood, it was too much on him. It was too much on bro, and he just couldn't take it, and he used drugs to suppress all of the things or the demons that was haunting him. And it's just sad, man. It's just sad. It's sad that the parents of these children, who they push so hard to become actors, let these people prey on their children. Well, surviving R. Kelly. If any of that stuff is true about the things he was doing with these girls, then obviously, just because a man is convicted and they put him in jail, not always means that person is guilty. That's one thing I found out about the criminal justice system in America. But let's just say that all of that is true, what R. Kelly was doing. If that's the case, there has to be other people out there that are higher than he is, that own large film companies or music companies, or the heads and CEOs of these companies that are doing way more dastardly things than they're doing, than R. Kelly was doing or Diddy was doing. These guys are small cogs. They may have millions of dollars, but they're small cogs in this business or in this industry. I don't care how much money R. Kelly had. The people who distributed his music or represented him or any of that stuff, they have way more money than he does. And I'm not saying they're actually doing what he did either, but there has to be somebody that gave these guys the wherewithal to think that they could do what they're doing. The 45th president of the United States, if I'm correct on the number, Donald Trump, is even showing his immorality. This man has gone so far and he loves the film and music industry. He loves that. He wants to have his business be in conjunction with that, or at least he did before he started to put his hat into the political arena. He put his hat into political arena, folks, for money. And like I said from the top of this podcast, all of what I'm talking about is because of money. No one makes a movie just for people's entertainment. They make a movie to entertain you enough to where you spread the word about the film so they can make more money and other people go see it. If that wasn't the case, they wouldn't have trailers or anything. They would just put an ad out, movie coming out, come see it. They promote these films religiously. They put as much money as they can into the production of the film. Some of these movies, like the Joker film, let's talk about that. The new Joker film, they had the audacity to make this movie and not tell anybody that it was a musical. Everybody seems to hate it. It's got a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it cost $50 million to make. They only made $40 million in the first weekend, and usually films make that in their first weekend. If a film costs $50 million, it usually makes that in the first weekend, which means they recoup the money they use to put the film out. And after that, anything else they make is profit. As you can see, a film like that costing $50 million, you could take $50 million right now and send it down to the state of Florida, which is about to be hit by Hurricane William with 150-mile-an-hour winds, a Category 4. But they won't do that. The United States government will send some relief down there. They'll send a couple of dollars, just like the one that just happened recently where they sent people $750, but their houses are underwater. Are they going to get some more money? Yeah, but it won't be enough. It won't be enough to cover any of the expenses or the things that these people lost. Let's just keep that 100. But you have a film industry and a TV industry and a music industry that are throwing money everywhere to terrible albums, horrible movies, lowbrow TV shows, and behind the scenes, people are being molested, accosted, essayed, trafficked, and all sorts of things. Is the whole film, TV, or music industry as a whole barbaric and immoral? I wouldn't say yeah to that, but I would say a large percentage of the people that are running these companies are full of shit. And half of them probably need to be in jail. And yes, I do want to be in that industry. Yes, I do want to hone my craft, whether it be acting or through comedy, to a point where somebody goes, yeah, I want to put him in something, or I'm going to a premiere tomorrow for a short film that I was in called Molar City in Glendale, California tomorrow. So I'm doing things in the industry. I'm making a little money and paying my way and making my way into a possible one day, position on a sitcom like Abbott Elementary. I think I'd be great on Abbott Elementary as security guard for the school or something like that. I see myself in a role on that show as a security guard that even though I'm a big guy and everything, nobody can really talk to me or something, like I'm always mad or something like that. That'd be a cool role. Hopefully somebody from Abbott sees this and write me in or something like that. Yeah, I'd love to be in the industry, but I'm not going to end up, I'm 58 years old. There's no way you're going to pull any wool over my eyes. There's no way you're going to get me to do anything that I'm not comfortable with, like wearing a dress or any of that stuff. So you can forget that. Maybe somebody sees this and goes, oh, really? Well, then you're probably never going to be in it. If that's the case, I'll never be in the industry. I ain't got a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it at all. What I do have a problem with is the undertones and the things that are going on in the industry that I'm fond of. Let's take it back a few years, a few decades, to the heyday of somebody like John Wayne. John Wayne, regrettably, was a humongous racist. He did not like black people. He did not like Native Americans. He ain't like nobody that wasn't white. He felt like white people run the world. White people run the United States, and whatever they say goes. And he had no bones about it when he was off camera. On camera, that man was bigger than life. I cannot take that away from him. There's John Wayne films that'll pop on, depending on which ones they were or are. I'll be watching them, laughing at McClintock or laughing at not really laughing, but enjoying Sands of Iwo Jima. One of my favorite films I saw as a young boy with my granddad and my uncle, his son, Sandy, was The Flying Tigers, about a small squadron of planes that were fighting the Japanese in China. John Wayne was the star of that movie, and I always really, really loved that film. I love that film. So you can't take away these cats' body of work, but that still doesn't take away the fact that they're humongous racists. Come to find out, another guy who I really am fond of in the films that he's made over the years, and I kind of see why certain films were the way they were, like Clint Eastwood with him shooting, black criminals and Make My Day and all that. So it kind of makes more sense now, his attitude toward black people. I don't know if he's hates black people, but he's not really he's a Republican, and not all Republicans are racist. Let me say that now. So nobody don't be like getting all mad at me, which I don't give a damn about. But it seems like y'all party leans toward racist ideals. It blows me away that there's actually an anti-lynching law. Why do we need an anti-lynching law? Lynching should have been abolished and dealt with over 200 years ago, but they're in 2025 almost, They had to actually have a Senate hearings or create a law that had to be passed, which a lot of Republicans blocked or tried not to vote yes for, about lynching. What does that tell you about that particular uh, political party? They're not talking about lynching white people. They wanted lynching to be a thing today. And let me say this now: it's this particular episode is not about race. It's about the industry that I'm trying to be in, that seems to have a lot of dark secrets, and that's the entertainment industry. Filled and overran with bullshit. It's not about making the art anymore. We have to clean this filth up. Half of the people that you would deal with on a film set or in a music studio, especially now, you'd have to keep your eye on them at all times, man. Because you just don't know what people are going to try or do. There's rumors that John Travolta, I really like John Travolta, big fan of his. Think he's a great actor. Really underrated. He started out on Welcome Back Carter as Vinnie Barbarino back in the 70s and ended up getting Oscar nominations. His breakout role in Saturday Night Fever. And at one time, he had got typecast and had to make a resurgence and got his career back. And from what I understand, he's propositioned a lot of men. He's propositioned them sexually. Like I said, man, when you get to a certain status in this world, when you get to a certain power, and it's usually backed by money, you lose all inhibitions and you start just showing your real colors and who you really are, because you feel like you're so powerful that you can get away with it. Kevin Spacey found out that. Actor Kevin Spacey, a huge actor, really talented brother. Well, he's not a brother, he's a white guy, but I call him a brother because he's seemingly a man. Oscar winner and nominated. Kevin Spacey's a great actor. Kevin Spacey, Usual Suspects. Kevin Spacey was in Seven. He played the killer in Seven. Kevin Spacey was also in L.A. Confidential, which he won the Oscar for. The surprise to me is to find out how immoral he was, propositioning everyone he could fucking proposition. And then summarily getting thrown out of Hollywood, never to be able to work again. Ended up on either Larry King or Pierce Morgan's show, coming into tears, or basically breaking into tears because nobody wants to hire him anymore because he's been blackballed because of his behavior. You made that bed, bro. You got to lie in it. Critically acclaimed actor. When is it not about the work anymore and it becomes about the way you feel and how you want to feel and how you want to, how should I put this? How you want to satisfy your lustful appetites. All of that will outweigh. Some artists let drugs become their crutch or their determining factor whether they want to be. Amy Winehouse, talented young woman, singer, died from her drug addiction. She couldn't shake it. I forget the white rapper's name, young man. I can't think of his name. Somebody on the live could tell me his name. He died from heroin use. Even Demi Lovato, cute little R&B singer, not really R&B, but pop singer. You would look at that girl, you never think she had a drug problem. Where do you think she picked that up? She didn't grow up thinking like that. She had to have picked that up during her time in the industry that she loved. I can guarantee you most of these people, from Kevin Spacey to Amy Winehouse to all of them, did not, when they were pursuing acting, when they wanted to, they were dreaming about being in an amazing film or amazing music project. They weren't dreaming about doing drugs or having immoral sex. Maybe some of these people who are having the sexual issues or the deviant thoughts that they're having, maybe that was always in them, and them becoming famous and rich only enhanced that. That's probably true. But at one time, they were just bright-eyed kids dreaming about maybe one day being a star or being in a hit TV show or having a hit record. I know that to be true because that's the way I am. Can't believe it. This thing, my battery's almost is trying to die already. That's crazy. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I do love the industry. I do. I want to make it happen. If it doesn't happen, I'm so satisfied in me just being the best person I can be at this point in my life. I have a good woman in my life. I'm doing the best that I can to make ends meet, even though they're trying to make them not meet. You know, the economy's trying to separate, so you can't fucking do what you need to do. But you got to keep going. I don't give a shit what's going on in the world. And I'm gonna just keep it a band. The sad thing about the world, as far as I'm concerned, is nobody's honest. Nobody's honest about who they are. I think if you came into the industry and kind of let whoever you are trying to aspire to be, just let folk know who the fuck you really are. And let them have a choice whether they want to hire you and put you in a film or make a record with you or do anything to back you. Let them know who the fuck you are at the beginning. Don't hide. Be who the fuck you are at all times. That's facts. Maybe that way people will get a chance to know who you are and decide whether they want to be around you. Truer words could never have been spoken. I find myself not saying that I don't want to be in the industry that I'm aspiring to be in, whether it's through podcasting media, whether it's through acting, whether it's through being in a commercial or national commercial for a car company or any kind of Lysol. I don't care what it is. I aspire to be those things, but I don't aspire to be around the bullshit that goes on in this industry. Not because I'm a spiritual person and love the Almighty, because He makes all of this happen. It's because there's a lack thereof of everybody else seeking the truth about who they are and why they're in the industry they're in. Don't validate your life through bullshit. I don't know a lot of actors. I know a few. I know some that are working. I know some, and I know a lot of them are good, solid people who are just trying to create something special for you to watch and enjoy. And not only that, become that person on the page in the script. Become or make that song that they're writing or somebody wrote for them, something that you could be singing in the shower or crying to when you're down. There are good people out there who are trying to make great art without all of the frills and the bullshit that goes along with the industry they desire to be in. Those are the people I want to hang around and aspire to be and work with. People that go home and kiss their wives and their children and make sure their home is safe. It's all kind of rumors going on out there about people that we've known and loved for years. Should that change your opinion about the music that they make or the films that they're in? Probably not, because those two things are separate. They are. So people who are like, yeah, I still listen to R. Kelly, I don't fault you for that because the music is dope. It is. The person who made it, piece of shit. So you shouldn't excuse them for their behavior, but you still should enjoy the art that they've created. I really believe that. Harvey Weinstein, though he's a cad and an immoral piece of shit, he has produced some of the greatest films that, have been out there. Shakespeare in Love, things like that. They've created and produced some great art, but that doesn't change who they are as people. That shouldn't be celebrated, not at all. Their works, yes. Now, I could debate that fact because serial killer John Gacy became an artist or was an artist. I think he was an artist when he was out, even before they actually finally caught him and caught on to what he was doing and who he was killing. But he was an artist, and they even had a gallery showing of his art. Basically, you're going to see a art show, pictures that were painted from the mind of a serial killer, someone who lusted and thirsted to kill people and hunted them down premeditatedly and killed them. So, should you enjoy that art? I mean, that's up for debate. I guess it depends on, what the person has done. For what I understand, most people, if they found out, like what Kevin Spacey had done or what Harvey Weinstein, that wraps it for them. They don't want to see any of their films. They don't want to see nothing they're in because when they see them, all they think about is the things that they've done. I can get that too. I can definitely understand that too. I can definitely understand that. But I'm going to tell you right now, wherever you live in any town, USA, and I'm not trying to say this to scare you, I'm just saying this so you'll be aware. Watch out for your next door neighbor. The person that you've probably been talking to for the last 10 years, great person. God, I like Phil. God, Sarah's great. Sherry's a wonderful neighbor. You never know what people are doing inside of those walls. You never know what people are doing at 3 o'clock in the morning because you went to the bathroom and happened to look out the window and see your neighbor Larry digging a hole. Like, why are you digging a hole out there this early in the morning? You don't know what's going on with people. So that's why you mind your own field. You tend to your own flock. You help people when you can, and you give people a wide berth and you let them live their lives. But you always keep your eyes and ears open. It just makes sense to do that. We live in a crazy world filled with human beings that not necessarily believe the same things you do, whether it be believing in God or believing that you shouldn't be touching a little boy or a little girl. Everybody don't think the same. And you'll be shocked to find out the people you've been living around have done some really dastardly and wild ass shit out there. Don't let it affect you mentally, though. Don't let it, everybody's a piece of shit like that. Take people face value. Always take people face value. First impressions are huge. If you get a funny feeling about somebody, 9 times out of 10, you're probably right. It's called intuition. That don't necessarily mean you got to treat them any different. When you see them, say hello, go ahead about your business, the whole 9 yards. But one thing I know about life is you never know nothing about a person until you really know about a person. That's why you don't worry about that and you do what you need to do to take care of what you need to do. The last thing I'm going to talk about before I get up out of here, Corner Store Podcast, episode 125. Hurricane season is in full mount. These hurricanes are riding around like they Texas Rangers all over the ocean. Be careful if you live in those areas. And I don't understand for the life of me why people want to stay in Florida or New Orleans. I understand it's broke and you can't move. Everybody needs to start moving more inland and get off the coast. We're destroying this planet living on the coast. The ocean's full of trash. We're global warming all over the place with all of these damn coal mines and all this crazy ass smoke we putting up in the air. We're fucking up the ozone layer. I'm worried about people that live on the coast all over the United States. I don't care where it is. The sea level has risen up over 20 feet. That's why we're getting all of these dang tsunamis in Malibu and Oxnard and all these places. Water coming all on the damn land, messing up businesses. We need to get off the coast. I live in the valley, not because I would love to have a place on the coast, but at this point, I'm thinking that's not something we should be doing. We shouldn't be living near the ocean. That's just my opinion. Everybody seems to love the water. I love the beach. I love the beach. I love the beach. That's why I hear all the time. We're destroying this planet, man. Before you know it, we're going to all be underwater. And you ain't going to love the beach then. When them glaciers melt and that water rise and we fucking living in Utah trying to keep from the water, fucking the water's going to take California and all these damn coastal states. North Carolina, South Carolina, they're going to take it all if we don't chill out. These storms is finna tear us a new, well, not us, some people a new ass. So if they, evacuate you from wherever you are when one of these storms hit, get your ass out of there. Protect your house as best you can, but get your ass out of there or you end up dead and drowned. This last storm, which wasn't even a big storm that happened, Helene or whatever the hell the names they're giving it, Helene killed over 250 people and the count's still going. And William or whatever this new storm is about to hit Tampa and Orlando, is about to tear people up. It's going to be a lot of people who didn't evacuate are going to die. We're tearing this world apart and we're going to regret it. They're already talking about colonizing other planets. What you going to do? Go to Mars and fuck it up? We need to clean up. If we can clean up Mars and terraform it, we can clean up the earth that we live on and terraform it. We could make this come back, man. We can make this shit come back. I know I'm talking about some wild ass shit today. I'm going from the secrets of the industry, of the music and entertainment and film industry, all the way to storms. I think it's important we talk about all of this shit. Pretty soon, I'm going to have some more guests come on here and we're going to be talking about what they're into, what they're doing, and what they're creating. But when I'm here talking to you from my heart by myself, I'm going to talk about shit that I want to talk about. And one of them is being able to have this planet for my future grandkids to still be here. That's a big deal to me. I love all of y'all, man. Stay safe. Subscribe, comment, and like my channel, Corner Store Television, because all I'm trying to do is bring you my thought process and some entertainment if I can. It's your boy, OMD Dex 300, a.k.a. Doc Savage and Man of Bronze. Look for a Saturday episode coming up with artist Brian Lay and his beautiful wife. You're going to be here. I don't know if she's going to be on camera. She is with child, and they're about to have a little girl. But there's a good possibility that show will be on this Saturday morning. So hopefully I can do that with Big Brian. Hey, y'all keep it 100, keep it easy. We're gonna have DJ Rody back on the program. His birthday's coming up October 25th. Shout out to my man, 50 grand. Shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Sonia Ingersoll. Love you, sweetheart. Shout out to my kids, Maya, Drew, Brandon, my daughter Claudia, their moms, my mom, and everybody keep it 100 and do what you do every day. And always come get some from the store. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.